Hello, good evening. It is the club call. Wednesday, 7th of February. I'd like to give you the date. It's always good. It's always good for people just checking to make sure it's real. That's, as real as Wednesdays in February are.
That's if you believe in that kind of thing.
I was going to say, I was looking at you because I know you very much don't believe in time, dates, whatever.
Listen.
It's made up, I know.
This one's got 29 days in it. How can it be real?
Yeah, there is. I mean, when next year it'll only have 28. Yeah, I mean, does feel like a bit of a blag that they're just making perplexed. It up. Yeah, Ned hasn't got a clue.
Ned's looking perplexed.
What's up, Ned?
29 days.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a leap year.
Yeah. That's the day loads of women.
Your girlfriend can ask you to marry her on the 29th.
That makes absolutely no sense. So if you're born on the 29th of February this year, you only have a birthday every 4 years.
Yeah. And that has to be.
So it's great. People who are 28 are only 7. It's great.
They live for 400 years.
Yeah. That's exactly how
that's how it works.
Space works.
What a load of
and that's the law as well. You have to stick to that. If you're born on the 29th, you only get a birthday. So you're not legally allowed to drive till you're in your late 30s.
It is a load of bollocks in its time. How can you have one date 1 year and not again for 4 years and all this hour jumping stuff?
No, Ned, I'm with you, brother. Ned,
you can't just time travel.
I am with you, brother.
We're going to decide to time travel now in October.
That's exactly what it is, time travelling.
It's just nonsense.
It is, Ned. You're absolutely spot on.
I'll see you at daylight.
Yeah. Oh, and all this thing of places further up north get less sunlight in the winter. What's all that about?
And
nonsense.
Who
Witchcraft.
decided that a day is 24? Why can't a day be 12 hours? And what we just do today is from sunlight to sundown.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow is sundown.
And who decided that on Mars the days are longer? Why are they getting longer days on Mars? The days are longer on Mars.
Sometimes I feel like I live on Mars. This is a long day.
Honestly, well, maybe that's it. You live. Maybe that's it. Molly May got it all wrong. There's not just we haven't all got 24 hours in a day because you've got Mars hours.
Molly May can decide however hours in a day she wants.
Exactly.
And I'll decide how many hours I want because you know what? Why should one person tell us how many hours?
Exactly.
I don't think it's just one person.
Who is that one person though?
Oh,
Prime Minister.
Only God knows.
Prime Minister.
Don't think it's the Prime Minister that tells you. I don't think it's the Prime Minister that tells you.
He's saying, Ned, you have to work these amount of hours because I'm the Prime Minister and I said so.
Science is all about challenging and proving people wrong.
Yeah. And that's what makes you a scientist. Because every time I think I've got you figured out, you challenge me.
Well, yeah.
And that's what makes you a scientist.
I'm hoping to be home normal time, love, tonight, but I don't know how long this is going to go on.
Time is normal time.
Exactly. Oh, he's on. You can't argue with that, Baz. You can't argue with that kind of logic. You can't argue with it. You could just say it was 6:30 now and go. That's the beauty of Ned's time laws and rules. Absolutely.
If it's the first time you've watched the lad, they're not normally like this, but Ned looks like he's eating food, so therefore he's happy. He's only ever happy when he's putting stuff in his mouth, when that could be. Chris would know all about that, and other people, I'm sure, who spend time with Ned away. So yeah, I mean, Richo says hit the like button as you come in. I think that's like the courteous thing to do, Richo. You're absolutely spot on, mate. Eugene, remember to smash the like button.
That can be done anytime during the show.
Anytime.
Which means now.
That's it. Rondon the legend. Everyone hit the like button. See that lots of people know
it's courteous
by coming in. It is literally the courteous thing to do.
It's like wiping your feet when you go into a stranger's house.
Exactly the same. Ian, our friend who's a Darlington fan, says, very good evening, everyone watching. Hope you're all well, having a great day. Cheers.
What's your thoughts about going to someone's house and taking your shoes off?
Yeah, I think you should be doing it.
I think it's a bit weird, though.
No?
Like, you get putting your socks on there.
Particles, though, on your shoes.
Nah.
Depends what.
See that report that come out yesterday about?
No, I missed that report.
All over everything. Every door handle.
Which?
Feces.
Well, if it's there, it's there.
Over your... On your shoes, on everything, don't wash your hands.
We've lived with it for years, it's fine.
There you go.
Make sure
just whether you want to live a bit longer, that's all.
I think if someone asks you to take your shoes off, and you have a moan about it, I'd just say, get out then, because it's my house.
What would you say if they said...
You can get them things
on Amazon,
what if
they said, like, baggies that would make you look a bit like a serial killer, but...
Or a surgeon in a hospital.
What would you think?
You'd go home, wouldn't you? If you're not happy with it, you go home.
No, but wouldn't you just put the a blue colour, aren't they? You just
I'd understand if they said...
But you
surgical blue, I like to call it.
I'd understand if they walked and said, take
See, that he's not even listening.
Take your kecks off.
In fact, if it was a doctor,
what's
then I'd
worse
say,
is Ned's peeling a banana, talking about taking his kecks off.
He's thinking about when Cam removed his pants, remember?
That's horrendous.
As he told us.
Put your camera on then.
Told
Put
us.
your camera on right now.
Go on.
Right now, put your camera on.
Should be on
right now. Put your camera on.
Ned, the people want to see you.
Just for 1 second.
The people want to see you. I'm still waiting to see you.
Still waiting, Ned.
I'm still waiting.
There we go. Lean back.
Lean back.
Lean back.
Right, now have a bite. Take a bite. Take a bite.
Come on.
Take a bite. There you go. Here you go. People wanted to see you. The people wanted to see you. Lee Naylor hopes we get Duke back on Saturday.
So. Hey, it's been a quiet week this week, hasn't it?
Mm.
It's been quiet. Not
quiet.
a lot of distractions. Just chilling.
Just quiet.
Just nice and quiet.
Thomas Keeley says, first time I've managed to catch one of these lives. Listen to you guys on Spotify at work. The Ferguson shirt looks class. My first kit. Cheers, Thomas. Thank you very much. Everton fan 123 says, the stadium looks amazing. It does, doesn't it? It looks boss. It really does.
Pictures.
And says, have you seen the new Everton video, the changing room?
I have.
You
yeah.
have, haven't
Phil
you?
Jagielka.
What did it look like?
Looks like a nice changing room. In fact, I will send the image to Ned, who will put it on the screen.
Okay.
Very, very shortly.
The Blues said Ned's baffled by science, and Celtic Vape says the world according to Ned. Philosophy at its best. Danny, we don't need to set him up with anything.
No.
We don't need. He gets there all by himself. Honestly, if you've watched any of mine and Ned's career mode on,
You really should.
EA FC, you should be watching it. If you haven't, you'll see the quality of Ned on it. Ned at its finest.
Come on, banana man.
It's grim if you haven't. But there you go.
24.
I didn't say you weren't. I literally said they would see you.
There you go.
Is that real? It's just an image, isn't it?
There you go.
It's an
It's not built.
That's
It
it.
ain't built. There's the picture of what the changing room will look
Very
like.
much like Man City, but there you go.
Nice
and round. To mean
They're all like that,
to
aren't
mean
they?
that there's no, the manager can see everybody and everyone can see everybody else.
Nice.
Very modern, very open.
Good. There you go. Rondon the Legend said Ned's head is wrecked. Chris Williams says, on average, people who were born on the 29th of February live to the equivalent of 240 years old. True.
It's like the opposite of dogs, isn't it?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Have you got Eddie, or you just put that on the screen?
Yeah,
Eddie's here.
Is Eddie waiting?
From Texas, Eddie. Eddie in
he's
Texas?
definitely from the US.
Eddie Garcia.
How can you not decipher the wonderful Premier members from others?
Eddie is definitely the one.
Okay, so stick Eddie on then.
Who rings every week.
Stick Eddie on then.
He's
Put him
here.
on then.
I can't hear him.
He's not speaking.
Well,
Eddie, are you there?
Eddie in Texas.
Hello, Eddie.
Eddie's disconnected now.
Oh,
Eddie was there and now he's
just
gone.
disconnected. Wow, what a timing.
come on, Ed. Sort yourself out.
Harry Wisener says, if Super Silk gets us 5 or more points back, then he deserves a statue.
Yeah.
And Joe went with Molly May could tell me anything.
Could she?
I don't know.
Is Eddie? I can hear Eddie. Eddie in Texas. Hello, Eddie.
Eddie is in the house. Go on. Well, I mean, you might be outside. I can't see you, but you're online. What do you want to say, Ed? What do you want to say?
How are you guys doing?
Okay, mate.
All good.
Okay, so the one thing I wanted to bring up, I don't know if this is kind of controversial. I don't think it will be controversial.
Go on.
Honestly.
Sounds it, Ed. It sounds it, but go on.
But I think Richarlison's just class. The way he acts after scoring both goals, you can see like there was pain. Like I thought it looked like he was in pain after scoring. Like he didn't celebrate, which I thought was just amazing. And I really hope he does great in his own career and wherever that takes him.
No, I don't think that's controversial.
What I saw was there was a lot on Twitter or X that of people saying that what was it like what he was doing was fine, but like we shouldn't be clapping him after the game or stuff like that.
I don't listen. This is up to each individual. I think clapping him after the goal might have been a little bit too far for people, but certainly clapping him after the game, I think, is perfectly fine. Showing him and the elements of respect that he showed us. Maybe not after. I mean, I didn't clap him after the goal, but I can understand why people did. There isn't it. You can still have respect in football for opposition players. You know. I must admit, I've seen a couple of wonder goals at Everton that I have stood up and I've clapped because the goals have been so good. Not lately because I'm far too angry.
Yeah.
But
in the past.
But in the past I have, and I do think the element of respect is definitely there. And you know, I wouldn't have a go at anyone who clapped them after the goal, but you know, yeah. But I think we all pretty much still love Richarlison, and it's great to see that he loves us back.
Yeah, I wish he was still here, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No.
Nah, it's done now. We all have to move on. And also, this rubbing his head when he gets kicked in the leg and people clapping him when he come back on the pitch was nonsense, by the way. Absolute nonsense.
Yeah, that was funny.
Clap him before the game, clap him after the game. In the middle of the game, he's the enemy.
Yeah, he's an opposing player for sure. The other thing I wanted to talk about was in the game, I thought Ghana was by far our best player. Like, I know Jared scored to get us a point, but I think that there needs to be more respect on his name.
Yeah.
Because he gets way too much hate just because he might not be the best passer or have the best control with the ball, and we know he can't shoot, but I feel like he gets way too much hate, which is something else I just wanted to put out in the air, that he shouldn't deserve this hate.
Yeah, Ghana was the best player on the pitch at the weekend. No doubt about it. Van der Ven was brilliant for Spurs, don't get me wrong.
He's crazy.
Ghana was brilliant. And yet some people don't appreciate, I don't know why. It can't be because he can't shoot, because that's literally not a thing. It's not his job. That's like hating Branthwaite because he can't dribble past four men and bend it in the top corner, or hating Dominic Calvert-Lewin because he can't save penalties. It's literally not his job. The job he's there to do, he does exceptionally well. Should he weigh in with goals and stuff? Yeah, of course he should. But that can't be the reason why you have a go at him when that isn't primarily his job for me. But he was brilliant at the weekend, and he makes Everton better when he's in the squad, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then another thing I wanted to talk about was, even though Dom didn't score this weekend, do you think him practically scoring the goal will give him good confidence for him to push on and maybe be better, or at least be more confident and clinical in front of goal? I know we don't create the chances he requires to be able to be in a rhythm to score, since he has to work off what we just throw at him, which isn't much, to be fair. But do you think that this almost goal of his will help him push forward, or is hopefully a turning point for him to keep going and maybe scoring a couple?
No, I think he's finished. No, I'm only messing. I hope so. I thought he was good in the first half on Saturday, and then he was anonymous in the second half. I don't know whether the disappointment of I don't know, because I don't know whether he knew it being taken off him at that stage, but I hope so. I hope it gets him his head up.
It's an interesting question, that, because I mentioned something similar when he scored against Spurs at Tottenham Hotspur's ground, and saying, well, it was a perfectly good goal. Can he take confidence from scoring that goal? He's put the ball in the back of the net. Wasn't his fault.
Well, if his red card can count when it doesn't.
That's what I mean. It was a weird one, that. It's what do players take confidence from? Do they take confidence from their name, or is it the pressure itself that you have not scored? Confidence and pressure might be two different things to a footballer. I don't know, because I'm not in that situation. Do they take pressure? Does that make them... Confidence is something where the goal just becomes huge when you've got loads of it. But pressure is a different thing, I think, and that can make you simply not take a shot because you're feeling the pressure of, I haven't scored for a while, or stupidly taking shots when you should be knocking it on one. So,
like Beto.
Yeah. So it's exactly. So I don't. It's a hard one to only he can answer that. Like, I still can't work out how it is in this goal. I've watched it back again and again and again, and I still can't work how that goal can be credited to Jack Harrison. To me, it doesn't move though. But it doesn't move the ball. Or that's the way I look at it. Is that the ball is going into the net and it doesn't move the ball. Listen, there's been plenty of times in the past where the ball's hit somebody and gone in and been credited the person. I don't know whether the fundamental change it. All I know is if that had gone in off the defender, it would have been credited to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And I still can't work out how it can be credited to Jack Harrison because the ball does not move. So
but if it hits him, that's why.
I think it's really, really harsh that it's been taken off him. But whether he takes confidence from that, being in the right place at the right time, knocking it in, hopefully he thinks, right, I have scored there in all but name, and we move on.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, I think I
Have we lost him?
Have we lost Eddie?
I'd love to know what he thinks.
Go on, Eddie. Go on.
Are you back?
Sorry.
Go on.
My phone. I guess when the screen turns off on my phone, it just cuts off the call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, what was I talking? What was I thinking of?
If Eddie, we can't get in your brain. If you don't know what you're thinking, Ed, we've got no chance. I'll be honest.
I know. It was okay. So our biggest issue this season has been scoring goals mainly, I would say. And I thought the game we did have yesterday, or not yesterday, was it Saturday?
Yeah. You're having a mare here, Ed. This isn't your finest moments, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's work's been really busy, so I'm working right now while also on the call.
Okay.
So, normally it's a little less busy during this time of the week, but where I was going with was goal scoring has been one of our biggest issues, but I feel that after the game on Saturday that we had a high level of XG, which doesn't really translate much because I didn't really see that many opportunities outside of the 2 goals we scored, and then because I don't really think we tested the keeper much.
Vicario kicked one off the line, didn't he? He made the double save, didn't he?
Yeah. Where he just can't claim his own box, but where was I going to go from here? But do you think that with the issues of scoring goals through just normal play and the fact that at least in this game we pushed more to like a set piece as being our main threat, do you think that would be effective like game plan against Man City? Because City's such a better team where like I don't think that we will get as many moments as we did this game to create from open play. So like set pieces will be like maybe the best way to score going forward, not just for City, but maybe throughout the rest of the season. Does that make sense?
I think, I'll be honest, mate, if you look back at most of the season, set pieces have been the best way to score. I think we're the second highest behind Arsenal for set piece goals this season. So I think it is the number one sort of get out of jail card for us. And we have looked pretty toothless recently without the set pieces. So, you need that's a big part of it. And then if you can add the other ones onto it or start taking the chances, I think if you can give yourself the best chance you can of scoring goals, then that's massively important. And set pieces is that for us. And I think we need a variation in set pieces, maybe going to the near post maybe and getting someone to try and flick one on, and rather than going to the back post every single time, because teams will figure it out. You know, there are some good defensive sides who will work on that all week, and if they figure out that's the only way Everton can score. And don't get me wrong, stopping it's not as easy as sometimes we think it's going to be. And we've seen that on Saturday when they thought they had stopped it. The keeper pushed it, but we still managed to get it back in the box. But I'd like to see a little bit of variation from the set pieces, from the corners. The goal obviously we scored from the equaliser to make it 2-2, but obviously wasn't a corner. It was more of a more of a generic free kick, wasn't it? So I'd like to see us get more opportunities from them as well, because I don't think we make enough of chances out of good set pieces into the box either. So, but obviously, if we look around recently, 2 set pieces at the weekend. You go back to the game in the Crystal Palace, it was obviously Andre Gomez's free kick. So we've been massively reliant on them of late. So just keep doing it, but try and improve in other areas as well.
I think City might be the best way to score. Yeah. I don't think you can use it as a game plan going forward for the rest of the season. I think it's good to have in your armoury, and we are good at set pieces. But Everton have underscored by 15 goals this season. Yeah. Have underperformed our XA, which is the biggest in the Premier League, and so we are having chances. And I think we are now. We've gone on our own as in the top 5 leagues in Europe. We've missed the most big chances. So quite clearly, we've got to convert some of them chances, and then that has a knock-on effect for everything else. We're 7, nearly 8 points less than what we should have based on XG. Yeah. If you want to go down that road, so we've had opportunities. We've missed a whole host of goals, and that's killed us really. If we would have been a little bit more clinical, we'd be in such a better position. Even with the 10 points taken off, we'd probably be way ahead of anyone else. So, you know, if you look at the Justice League, as it's called, which is the based on XG and XA, Everton should be 7th in the Premier League, ahead of teams like Spurs and teams like that. So, you know, we should be on 36, nearly 37 points now.
That'd be nice.
Well, it would be, and I think Villa, they're on 39, so we'd be 2 or 3 points behind them for the Champions League. That's based on opportunities we've missed and chances given up. So we are wildly underperforming in terms of scoring goals. I think there's only 2 teams who have scored less than Everton in the Premier League, but there's only 4 teams who've conceded. No, we're joint 4th defensively. There's only 3 teams who've conceded less goals than us. So we're good at one end, and obviously the glaring hole is at the other end, and that's Dwight McNeil with a couple of goals isn't good enough. Jack Harrison, all right, he scored lately, but we need more from him. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 16 games without a goal, not good enough. Beto hasn't been good enough. Onana's not got enough. Our fullbacks don't score. You know, without the core, there's nobody else other than, you know, you're relying on, maybe it is a Jack Harrison at the moment to come up with a goal or a set piece. That's something the manager and the coaching staff are going to have to try and correct in these last few months of the season to get us away from any kind of danger.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. And the last thing I want to do before I go off is, I personally think after, like, I really do like Dwight McNeil, and I think he's probably one of our better players when he's on, but I don't know if he's like dealing with an injury or if he's just not in the right headspace because of his personal life. But I think the manager either needs to do better with subbing him out earlier in the games to get some fresh legs on, that being Dobbin, or this is the more difficult part, would be like, would you start Dobbin or would you start Young and move Harrison to the left if we get one of our midfielders healthy, and bench Dwight for a couple of games so he can like recover or deal with whatever he has to deal with?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody is playing well enough. Certainly, out the 2 at the moment, Jack Harrison's outperforming Dwight McNeil. I'd say that. So therefore, if you were going to take one of them out the team, it would be McNeil at the moment. I think that becomes an easier decision when the core is available. But I think McNeil does give us a bit of balance with that left foot. But the manager could, like you say, push Harrison out to the left-hand side and have Young on the right, and that is if the core was available through the middle. He doesn't look fit to me. He got an injury in pre-season, and we rushed him back a little bit, and then he got another injury. He's had 2 ankle injuries this season, and obviously he's got a hell of a lot going on with his partner you know, in his personal life, and that takes its toll. That's a difficult thing, and us as fans, we do just expect them to turn up and play like we're playing FIFA, and the human beings, and he's just not playing well, and it's as simple as that. And we know that when he's on it, he, you know, certainly the second half of last season, it was from now really, wasn't it? He had an excellent end to the season. He's not had a good season this season. He's done okay at times. He's not on it at the moment, but hopefully we'll get back on it. But yeah, there's options for the manager once everyone's back to maybe take Dwight out and have him as a sub. But everyone else has got to be playing well, so that becomes the decision for the manager.
And plus, Dwight McNeil does swing in a lot of those corners as well.
Yeah.
So the manager will take that into consideration in these games. If that's where we're scoring, he's going to look at it and think he's a big part of the armoury.
Yeah, absolutely. Got Andy Hinchcliffe a lot of games all those years ago.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. That's all I had.
Cheers.
I didn't really prepare this time, so my questions
you sounded prepared.
You sounded prepared, so that's fine. Have a good day, Ed. Take care.
Cheers, mate.
See you, mate. Bye. Bye. Brian Ball says, evening, gentlemen, and Ned, Gary Ward as well. Stephen says, we're getting these 10 points back. Europe, here we come. Fair play. Stan Smith says, Ned is a effing comedy genius.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely.
I told me lad the other day, Ned's name is Matty, and his head fell off. There you go. Kev Murphy says, afternoon, lads. Ned, keep up the good work. On another note, watched again the interviews you did with Connor, Cody and Wayne while I was on a run. Superb, lads. And on another note, big up Molly at the weekend winning because her head was up her ass with the last couple of defeats.
Good win for her. And I think she got performance at the weekend as well, or all night, so she got a 50k bonus.
50k, fair play to her.
Nice work if you can get it.
That's right, Mol. And Hector says, hi lads, I asked this question on Live at 5 on Monday, but it was never read out or answered. Probably busy, Matt. Says, in League MX, the League of Mexico, the top flight of Mexico, if VAR sends a ref to the pitchside monitor to review an incident, the referee's mic then gets put through to the stadium speakers and the live TV broadcast, and he has to explain what he reviewed and his decision live to everyone. It's similar to how NFL ref has to explain the decision to an official review or coach's challenge. Do you think this should work in England, and would it help keep the referees honest?
Yeah, I think so. And they work everywhere. Communication's key, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're letting people know what the situation is, then people will be thankful for it. And if it does, if you can hear the communication, then whether we can just hear what he thinks or what the VAR are telling him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's something that will come in eventually.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I think they used it in the Women's World Cup last year, where after they'd done the decision, they had to announce the decision, and it was the same thing. It was just literally the mic just went live to the PA. So
fair enough.
Very easy.
Fair enough. Michael says, Ned, turn your camera on, and so does Eugene.
These are facts.
There's no reason why your camera shouldn't be on.
No.
In all fairness,
no.
Not really part of the show.
No, you aren't. And once again, I mean, the people who actually run this and own this and literally pay your wages
people just want to
give you a command. And when you are given commands, you have to obey.
People just
a directive, I'd say, rather than a command.
Well, I like command.
What kind of
so's it on? Good lad. Just leave it on. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Beatles thing going on.
Beatles thing, yeah. You've got you've got hair. Beatles had hair, so that means you're essentially just a Beatle.
By the way, from well, not from you, but from Baz.
Yeah.
Not because you was around. I was meant to be, obviously, we were meant to have something on the 16th that's been moved.
Meant to be.
So now I've got the night free, and I've been invited to a 70s night.
Brilliant.
At a pub.
Yeah.
And they want me to dress up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Gary Glitter.
What did they wear in the...
Yeah, that's how I'd go as. If I was
Ned. I can take the outfit, not the morals. But what? Like, I mean, I googled.
That is the best line.
He's got round it. He's just got round it.
I googled Lindsay Buckingham 1970 this morning, and I was like, I don't
remember
fancy the jeans.
Lindsay Buckingham?
No. What can I wear that I probably already have?
Flares.
I don't have flares.
You've got flares.
Your dad'll have a flowery shirt. He will have
I've
a
got
flowery.
paisley shirts.
Well, yeah, put a paisley shirt
They were
on.
paisley in the 70s.
That's when actually
Did flowery paisley
in fashion.
when it was in
I
fashion.
wear one of them.
So wear that.
Leather jacket.
Yeah.
Not sure about leather.
You've got them boot
A
cut
bandana.
jeans, haven't you?
I've got bandana.
You've got boot cut jeans still. You will have them in your wardrobe.
No, I've got. It's like I can wear skinny jeans with some like Chelsea.
No.
Skinny jeans. They didn't have skinny jeans. They had flares. No, they had
Yeah,
flares.
they did have flares. Skinny jeans were earlier.
You
What do you say? Have you said I might go Jimi Hendrix?
Dress like Jimi Hendrix.
All right, let's move on. Fair enough. I think glitter was better. I don't know what. I honestly, now I've gone Eddie. I'm thinking I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening. Where have we gone? I've lost it.
Oh my God.
I've lost it. Peter says, here's one, lads. If a man handles a ball in the box and it was deliberate, then you think an indirect free kick would be better than a pen. But it was deliberate, then it's a pen. Thoughts? No, because you're still kind of going... It's interpretation still, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's still... It's like a penalty, isn't it? I don't know. No. Benny says, Bar's class interview with Conor Cody, the treatment he got from Wolves after being ever present and captain for years was shocking. We know it's just a business, but wow. Yeah. It was crazy. Rich Bond says, an important line, I forgot to breathe for a second.
We have. I'm not having that's a mad thing. We definitely have all forgot to breathe now and again. Could you just think busy doing something else, like thinking?
I'll be honest, Ned. I don't think I've ever forgot to breathe because I was busy doing something.
Not even.
Honestly.
I don't think about breathing. That's why I think breathing's one of like the best things, isn't it? You don't have to think about it.
Not even when you like the pictures and you take them back. But I choked twice watching Endgame. No, it did. It was really embarrassing.
Were you with Chris?
No, I was with me.
Oh, okay.
And she just
someone asked you to put your head in the box of popcorn.
No,
it was Chris. Try out me new ride.
Breathing and I just went.
Sorry.
And I just went.
Hang on, sorry.
Like
I stopped breathing because you went
twice.
It happened twice, a couple months ago.
It isn't even once.
It happened a couple months ago. I was in bed watching something and I just started choking, right? And my mum literally knocked on my door and just opened the door. Said, I thought, just checking you're alive. So I was choking for ages, that bad. So I forgot to breathe.
Did you forget to breathe when Cameron dressed you?
There won't be a song called Remember to Breathe.
I'll be honest, Ned. All joking aside, right? I've never, ever forgot to breathe.
You probably have. You just probably forgot about it.
No, I haven't. I haven't.
That you forgot about
honestly,
breathing.
But fair play to you.
But you've never forgotten to eat, have you?
Oh,
he's never forgotten to.
No. I counteract that problem by overeating. In case I do forget to eat, which I don't.
I don't think that's how eating works.
Do you ever counteract breathing by over-breathing?
Yeah. Do you try and have more breath?
No, but sometimes when I'm doing something, I'll go, like, to catch my breath, I'll go.
Why are you catching your breath?
So just to be clear.
That's how you should breathe.
When you're breathing, you should... So just to be clear, you take an exaggerated breath just for the sake of it?
No, that's just like, if you've been doing something, like exercising, at the end of it, you just go... to relax.
You take a deep breath through your diaphragm.
Yeah. So you're like slowing your heart rate down a little bit.
After playing footy.
Okay.
Why is that? Because it's walking footy?
Not on a Monday. I've been...
Kevin Murphy says, I shit you not, I had to put post-it notes around my place to breathe after every mind of the show. But listen, it is.
I've heard the post-it note corporations have seen a big rise since Ned.
Well, if you noticed today, I had some post-it notes for the show. You can see them, did you?
Yeah.
Because of Ned. Tom said he's got breathing on manual.
Oh, cheat code?
There is.
Cheat code.
It's a cheat code. What else? He wanted the cheat code for something else as well. Monkey says, Monkey 55500 says Ned could go with Shaggy off Scooby-Doo. I think he could.
70s.
Yeah, 70s. He
No,
could.
because it's not like character. It's just like
You
70s
just said you were going as Jimi Hendrix.
No, but he's a real person, though, isn't he?
Well, Ted.
Well, what difference does that make?
Ted Lasso.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, he was
Go
a
as Rod Hull.
70s vibe.
He did.
But I'm sure other people dress like Ted
Idi
Bundy.
Amin.
No, because that's too
No.
obvious.
That's
The
70s.
channel, the spitting image, though.
No, I know.
Everyone would know
Get
it was him.
confused.
Everyone would
Yeah.
know you were
They just
Idi
say-
Amin if you walked in.
They just say, "Who've you come as, Ned?"
Yeah,
Idi Amin's still alive.
they'd say, as Idi Amin's come as Ned, have you? Emma says, with all this conscription talk, would you guys feel safe with our lives in Ned and Jack's hands?
What I actually worry
Let's get him
about
down
is
to Landudno.
I'm actually getting so fit that I'd probably take Ned's place.
I think they'd
and that's
have you.
worrying. And I also, after last night, I've now got combat experience.
Yeah. They probably, imagine if they took you, though, and just like, the way they just bring an experienced one in, and he went, but like, we're putting 3 under you. As like,
I'd be
you're-
like Richard Goff.
You're a team of 4.
Yeah.
And the 3 are Ned, Cam and Jack. Jesus Christ.
I'd be like the Richard Goff.
And the life coach.
Of the army.
The life coach would be there as the medic.
Yeah, that's slightly worrying.
That
Things
is
I've
that-
been hearing today in this country. I don't want to go to war for this country.
The conscription means you don't actually have a choice.
Well, that's just
Ned,
disgraceful.
trust me, right, all joking aside, mate, there's more chance of Everton winning the league than that happening. But,
Going to war.
yeah, not than you getting dragged in.
Oh.
I think in interview, they have to do like a psychological test. You'd fail. Ian Barron says breathing lives matters. Apparently it's an edit.
Exactly.
Tom says give Ned a TED talk, a Ned talk.
Jester says you should go as Rod Hull.
I just said Rod Hull.
And I
You let that slide. I said
I
it.
didn't
just
hear
let
you,
it-
mate. I must have been looking at something.
No,
Rod
Jester's heard me.
Sorry.
That's why he's crying. For
Sorry,
it's like
I've missed
Jester's.
that. Sorry. But the thing about
I said he
about
Rod Hull,
no,
he
but the
could
good thing about Rod Hull's 70s is there's no satellite dishes.
What about Paul
That is-
House?
It's not dark at all. He died fixing his satellite dish on the roof trying to watch Man United in the Champions League.
Be the only
Can't-
bird. Ned's had his hand up.
Can't say.
The
It's worse than what I've
I don't think it is.
I think it is.
Defo trust Ned and Jack over the current leader, says Rich Bond. I don't know. You haven't heard their conversations. Kev Murphy says, I guarantee Ned forgot to breathe when he had to buy a round.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely he did. Jester said, deep breath, hold it for 4 seconds, then slowly out. Box breathing, great for anxiety, correct. And the Matty Bush says, Balloon 5 sang harder to breathe, Ned.
I never said harder to breathe. I said remember to breathe, which is more in context with
Don't
my
forget, you can give us a call
my thing.
for tonight's club call. The link is at the top
Yeah.
of the page on Toffee TV Premier. Just click the link and get in touch with us, because as much as I am enjoying myself, I do appreciate this as a very sort of confined chat. So, you know,
Steve P also says, is walking football actually a thing? I thought you were joking. No, Ned's, you must have seen Ned's GoPro action.
the other GoPro action.
Yeah, not that one. Yeah, not that
Yeah, it is pretty dross on there.
one. Ped be like Ashley Young, says JT, in that.
Well, I ever watched that. I use like monitor what I do when I play. On a Monday,
You have a watch to monitor how you play.
no, like the steps and calories and stuff.
He wears a Stetson when he plays walking footy.
Plays
On a,
with
on a
Lee
Monday,
Latchford Evans
So
from
Thursday
steps
is like the
on a
one-
Monday.
Thursday's the
on
one
a-
where they're all.
What's he play? What aside is it? 5, 6, 7 or 8?
They're both 6 aside Monday and
Oh,
Thursday.
okay.
So on a Monday, I compare what I do. To
Do you ever have a really
Thursday.
bad game and think, God, that was a tragedy?
Don't.
That's not really-
Leave it there.
I always do. I always burn more than double calories, and I always do more than double
You
steps.
burn more than double calories of
On a
what?
Monday, then
So on a
on a
Monday,
Thursday.
you have 10 calories, so you burn 20. Is that what you mean?
No, what
No,
I
I don't know
mean
what
is
you mean.
like I'll play footy on a Thursday with the walking footy group. It's
Okay.
not really walking football. They just.
Oh, okay. So that's
then
your
I'll play on
comparison.
Monday with actual footy players, and I'll compare how much I run between the two.
Okay.
It's hard to get going on a Thursday because nobody runs with you. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Pets play.
What colour kit do you wear on a Monday? And the one you wear on Thursday, is that a deeper shade of blue?
I don't get it. I don't get these jokes.
Okay. Are you going footy tomorrow?
Yeah.
Will it be the last thing on your mind before you leave, or?
No, I'll probably be thinking about breathing, to be honest. Why are you saying all these songs? Songs?
I was waiting for the one for Sorrow, to be
I was gonna
honest, but
say.
you were looking for that one. Matt Kelly said he
When you're picking the teams, do you have to go, say you'll be mine?
No, I don't do that.
That's just a Chris. Matt says, sat in the airport waiting to fly from Saigon to Seoul. The flight's just been delayed by 3 hours. Keep it going, lads. I need something to get me through. Fair enough, Matt. Celtic Vapors, Rod Hull equals Emu, connect the dots. Basic Trick says, all we are saying is give breath a chance. Well, that's Ned. Breathe if you want to go louder, says Dave Wolf. Dave Wolf, even, yeah.
Dave Wolf.
Dave Wolf. Wolf. Call him whatever. BP says, I'm surprised Ned hasn't got baller in his Insta bio with all those leg boot pictures he puts up.
Ballr.
Yeah. He does put a lot of pictures of his feet with his grey grip socks
and
on.
it's like, and it is almost, it's like he's going towards like, oh shit, here we go again. You know, he's proper like Grand Theft Auto 4.
It's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Man.
The Blues thinks he'd fail a psych evaluation course, he would.
I don't know what
Isn't that John's favourite bit of the song?
What is a psych evaluation?
Let's
course?
get
That, yeah.
What's that, Ned?
What's a psych evaluation course?
It's where basically you have to go through like a building, and they jump out on you, and see if you get scared, and then they shout psych.
Oh my God. Dick is in
Not
comments.
Dick, it's Wednesday.
I know.
Someone give him a hard
We
time.
don't normally get Wednesday Dick.
No.
Unless
Wednesday Dick is a treat.
It's a treat for Ned.
It's a novelty.
If he's Rick. Stan says nada.
I just
That's who we should go as.
No.
Controversial. Kev says, bars on a separate note, how do us peasants qualify for your gated community? The second one. That's the second gated community reference.
By asking the question, you'll never deserve to be in the gated community. Just by asking the question. You're either in or you're not in.
Ned the Savile. No.
Steve Murphy says, that Chris the Bell.
Imagine a salt.
No, it wasn't. Whoa. We've never called him Chris the Bellend,
No,
ever.
Bellend Chris.
His name's Bellend Chris.
Yeah.
Very much like Gavin and Stacey. It's that kind of thing. Jason Ferris says, I'm laughing so much at Ned, I can't breathe. Remember to breathe. It's literally Ned's tagline. Yeah. Ned, put it in your Insta bio with baller. Remember to breathe.
Baller, ready to breathe.
Kev Murphy on You Going to War says, behave, Ped. You got filled in by a hill.
I did get filled in by a hill.
He never fell down that hill, by the way.
No.
He was pushed.
By Ned. Where were you, Ned, between the hours of...
To be fair, where I was running, I would expect Ned to be hanging around there.
Okay.
So.
In the pub?
Sorry, where?
In the pub?
No, it's not by you. Good.
Mark says, as a kid, who did you pretend to be when you played footy in the garden? I remember once seeing Ian Wone at a cracker, and for ages I was in my garden shouting Wone. I mean, you've used M instead of N, Mark. There's your first mistake, but I get what you're trying to say. Wone.
In the Wome.
Ian Wone.
Harry Cass.
While trying to hit a ball into the top corner.
It depends. Different stages of life. Cotty. Kanchelskis.
Kanchelskis, yeah. Zico.
Van Basten.
Lineker. When I was a kid.
Van Basten.
Adrian Heath. Those kind of players. Van Basten. Oh, trying to do the volley.
I used to pretend I was older, but I'd be in Everton's team. When I played footy.
I mean, unfortunately.
What do you mean? You should pretend you were older.
Unfortunately, those two things never come
ever
You never got older, and you never got an Everton's team. But you did get to dress like Martin Fowler from EastEnders.
I don't know who that is.
Fair enough.
But you do look.
Fair enough.
Can we have some calls, please? Please.
Keep the likes and the subscriptions coming in. Costs nothing to subscribe. Also subscribe to More Than a Game. Keep doing it. Listen, let's get 10 of you to subscribe now, so we're at 84.1. You know my OCD doesn't like this kind of stuff.
What if they've all subscribed already?
Yeah, but you've got to put the rally cry out there, because some mightn't. Some will go, oh, well, I don't know, and then they forget.
The rally cry is what I used to call it when I fell off my bike.
Now you call it the hill cry, but that's fine.
Oh.
That's fine.
What's happened, Ned? Have we lost Abby?
Oh, Ned.
Oh, she's back.
Ned.
Let me get her in.
Chris Byrne says every time you say Chris, I think you mean me. No, you are very much not Belen Chris.
No, you're guitar Chris.
You are guitar Chris, to be fair. Rocker Chris, you are. Celtic Vape said Alan Ball in my day. Danny Ellis was Duncan McKenzie. The Matty Bush was Yeboah. What a volley, Yeboah.
Yeah.
Yeboah.
James says Ned wouldn't spend the petrol money on trying to kill Ped. You're absolutely right. Roberto Carlos, one pop says. Carl Green was Duncan McKenzie. What a player.
I met him. He was the first football player I met.
Duncan McKenzie?
Picture with, yeah.
Was he jumping over a mini at the time?
He showed me the picture of him jumping over a mini.
There you go.
How mad's that?
That's incredible.
That was his claim to fame.
John is a Leeds fan. Says, do Everton fans like Harrison? And if you guys buy him, will you have the money? Well, we'll have to have the money, in all fairness, to buy him.
No, I would.
Yeah, I like him, mate. I think he's a bit up and down, but I think he's been fine. And it depends whether Leeds come back up. If Leeds don't get up, then, I mean, I don't know what the buyout clause for him, seeing things saying it's 15 million or whatever, but I don't know if that's real or if it's just made up. If Leeds get up, then Leeds might want to keep him, mightn't he?
They might.
So, we'll see. We will see. Have we got Abby? Is she there? We've got Abby.
Get Abby on.
Online.
I'm here, guys.
Hello, Abby, okay?
Yeah. How are you today, guys?
Okay, not too bad.
All right, Ab. Not too bad. Hanging in there, remembering to breathe and all that.
Yeah. Well, that's a Nedism, if there ever was one, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Ned in a
Ned in a nutshell.
Yeah, it is. Ned in a nutshell. What a song. That could be a song. Anyway, Ab, go on. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, no, I was just ringing up about the video that Ped put on about the bars in the new stadium.
Oh, right, yeah.
They look amazing.
Yeah. No, it does. The whole ground looks amazing.
Yeah, no, it does. And when we're in it, I really want to try and come up.
Oh, yeah.
Being down in Devon, it's not easy with the costs of everything. But
Yeah.
I want to try and come up because I've never been to Goodison, so I want to do that in the last season that we're there. But I just love the look of the bars. Are they? I'm guessing. I know that they said about different tiered memberships that they're thinking of, and hospitality things that they're thinking of bringing in. But I'm guessing it's for all fans, not just people who have got the memberships.
No, those particular ones, they're obviously season ticket holders.
Right, okay.
So they're actually within the ground for ticket holders. So they don't like using the word corporate, but they are corporate. They don't like using it, but that's the best way.
But there are going to be bars.
But they are. We just haven't. There are going to be. There's going to be. See what I think's a bit weird is that. See, that was recorded in like November, and because of what happened with everything, with the points, they wouldn't let us put it out till now. Because obviously they wanted everything to calm down a little bit because it's like getting overshadowed and people would start worrying and all the rest of it. And it was supposed to be a tiered thing. So there are much better not much better bars, but there are much more expensive and elegant like restaurants within the ground as well. They're almost like the lowest tier of like what they are, which is essentially corporate, but they don't like using the word corporate. Hospitality. So I'd like to see the next ones, the ones I think you're talking about, which is bars that are for everyone within the ground, and hopefully we'll get them soon. But I think from my understanding of talking to them, because what that video shows essentially, if people are unaware, I mean, it's only a 4-minute video. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it on YouTube. But essentially, that's the showroom in the Liver buildings, and it's an amazing showroom that's supposed to.
Right. Okay.
That's supposed to give you like the feel of it all. and like sell you the thing. And you go in, you see all these nice things. Me and Baz have been in there before. You get to see it all. You get to almost like smell it and see it all in front of you. You get all models, and they show you all bits of the ground, and you get to go in the seats, and you get the VR experience where you put like a VR thing over, and it's almost like you're in a computer game sitting in the ground. But they're all like, as I said, either corporate, or some of the restaurants are open on a non-match day. So there's going to be some restaurants. There's going to be one, I think, called the Mingo's, which is like a steakhouse, which will be overlooking the pitch but overlooking the Mersey. So, but they're all like basically hospitality. But what we're looking forward to is the next thing. And they did say the hospitality itself is going to be really nice. The fan zone's going to be amazing. So they're just trying to set. Obviously, I think there is this idea of, that's not for everybody. Well, I understand that. I've only ever been in hospitality in Goodison a couple of times, and both times I think I won a competition, and I think a sponsor invited me to a game once. A club sponsor invited me to go in hospitality once. So I've never done hospitality at Goodison to pay for myself. So it's not something that everyone can do. But hopefully at the new ground, there will be more opportunities to do nice things. And that's what they're sort of saying as well, is everyone will get an opportunity and get to go to the game any way they want as well. And we got to sit on the seats that will be used at Goodison. And the seats for just regular seats are really, really good. Might be too good, to be honest. Yeah. They're really wide and they're really comfortable. So the stuff I got to see and the stuff we've seen in the past is great, and it all looks amazing. And there should be opportunities for, if there's people who've got money, to spend their money, and if there's people who, normal match-going people, they can go, and they should be great stuff for them. And I think they will, and I think we'll start seeing more of that soon being shown, because obviously that's not stuff that, obviously the club want is all who can to go and pay for this stuff now. Because one of the things about this stuff is that there's no waiting list. If you want a season ticket for the hospitality, you can go and get one now. That's up to, if someone wants to do that, it's up to them. If they've got the money, that's up to them. But the ground itself is going to look amazing. It's not just about hospitality. Me and Baz have both seen, like, we haven't physically been in the ground, but we've seen all the elements of it that make it up, and it's going to look amazing.
No, every time I've seen videos and pictures and things, it does look amazing. I might try and come up and actually go to the Diver buildings and actually have a look.
Yeah, you should. I mean, there's a link there, and if you get in touch with them and tell you're interested, they'll take you in and they'll give you a little tour. And of course, they want you to buy a seat at the end of it, but you can always go, oh, you know what, I might need a bit of time to think about this. So, obviously,
I think it would need about 15 years to think about it.
Well, don't tell them we told you to go, otherwise they'll get a cob on with us. But no, it looks great, and it's another way of telling you that it's not that far, it's not that long till we get it. In fact, I was on the little tour I was on with other people, and people, as I said, we'd done it before, but some of the people were gobsmacked by the fact that, I think there's like 4 packages in total, as in like the whole of hospitality, and 3 of them were already sold out already, and there was only this one package left. And people were gobsmacked at that. People didn't realise it was so far along in terms of selling tickets, and the next stage will be our season tickets. And then getting a general idea of what the prices will be for walk-ups and stuff like that. So, it's going to be, we forget, it will be built this year. It will be built in the next 10 months. It's, today Everton have put that video out of the Phil Jagielka within the stadium and looking at what the home dressing room will be like. All this stuff will be happening very, very quickly. When you look at the stadium itself now, you see a stadium, you see that picture now, don't you? That artist picture of what the ground, that's what we all see now. It's weird the way it's just there now. And it won't be long till it looks, certainly on the outside, like a completed stadium.
No, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if there's, with me being autistic, the only thing I worry about with going to the stadium is the busyness of it.
Yeah, well, listen, I've got experience. My nephew is autistic, and he's only 7, and I do believe there's going to be a special room for autistic, like a quiet room. And I know a lot of stadiums are getting this now, where there's a quiet room where you can go. So I do believe if you're going the game and you tell them ahead of time that there will be somewhere for you to go, which is like a quiet room.
That'd be good. So also my sight, with being partially sighted as well, though I can manage the partial sight isn't though it is bad, it's not the worst part.
Yeah.
The worst part is the autism because of the extra sensory issues that come with it.
No, of course, yeah. And as I said, my nephew is, he was non-verbal for the first 4 years of his life, and he's gone to a great school, and he has got an American accent because all he watches is YouTube, which is incredible. It makes me laugh because he has got a full-on American accent. But we've already spoken to the club about this because he's actually already got a season ticket at Goodison, even though he's only been once. And yeah, they've promised us they're going to have the sensory rooms and all that. And it is now a main thing of a lot of major stadiums now, is that they have to have these places for people with autism or ADHD or whatever, somewhere where they can go just to, even if it's just to just calm down or get themselves in the right for it all. So again, that's something maybe if you get in touch with the club and just ask them about, because that's a very obviously. That's something that the club are going to be very aware of, and we do live in a world now that a lot of these things are obviously being put in place in a lot of the new venues. So I don't think there'll be any issue about that at all.
Well, no, I'd hope not, because I know I've been to the Emirates twice with my ex-husband, and I found that a little bit too overwhelming.
Yeah,
but
no, they can be.
Because they don't have, as far as I'm aware, they don't have an area at the moment. At the point that I went, they didn't have an area. So I was in the main stand, because that's where Dan liked to be.
Yeah.
In the end where all the Arsenal fans are singing,
Yeah.
And I just found that, not being an Arsenal fan. And it being quite loud, I found it quite intimidating.
Yeah. No, I think...
I did going into the old Gunners pub as well with
him.
It was a great atmosphere, but I found it quite intimidating because it was a small area with a lot of people.
Yeah, no, it's a very modern concept. Like, obviously, as more and more of people start to recognise that they have autism or ADHD and are being diagnosed, a lot of these concerns are really genuine. And football games, we forget we're used to. We go to the game every week and we're mixing with thousands of people, and for us that's just normal. But it's not normal for everybody, and it can be massively off-putting and completely get the point. And people mightn't even understand why they're put off by massive crowds.
You know what was really weird?
Go on.
Going back after COVID.
Yeah.
It was really weird, because we both been to. I think you were in there when there was 2,000, and I was in there when there was 6,000 against Wolves, but there was still it was still spaced out and all that. And then the next season, Southampton at home, everything was back, and it was weird going up the stairs. There was people everywhere, and it just, because we'd been out of it for a bit. It was 18 months or something. Yeah. It was so strange going back. So I get the fact that you're, like Ped's saying, something we experience every week, every other week when we're at Goodison and all that. So if you're not used to it, it could be. I understand that it could be overwhelming.
Social norms have changed as well. I remember going back to the ground after COVID, and you get used to a certain way. You get used to masks and hand cleaning your hands with and all those kind of things. And when you've seen people not do them, you're like, oh, why aren't they doing that? And it took a while to just get back to what is normal. But for someone like you and other people out there, I went to the Millennium Stadium in the summer to watch Coldplay, and We actually went to the sensory room because my wife's got ADHD, so we actually went to the sensory room just to sit down for 10 minutes because it was so crowded and so busy. And football clubs and other organisations have got to be well aware now that you've got to make it as. You've got to do everything you can to be inclusive, and people will go, "Oh, that's the box ticking exercise." Well, it's really not, because if you want people to go to the game every week and feel safe, you don't know what makes that person feel safe from another person.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're sitting there and you are I don't like using the word, but if you're a customer and you want to make that one visit to Goodison or to the new stadium and you've never been, and there are doubts in your mind because of the crowd or whatever, and you've never been there before. I mean, for us, we've been going to Goodison every other week for our entire lives, so of course we know everything about it. We know all the nooks and crannies and everything about it. But someone who's never been before and has already got like autism or something like that, how off-putting might that be? And they might go, "I'm never going." And if that's somebody that you're not grabbing, the club has got to do, and other clubs have got to do the best they can. So I think they are starting, and hopefully, I'd reach out to them. I'd reach out to them and just say, "What are your plans?" And I'm sure
I've got the disability liaison officer's number, so I'll give him a call.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's a good one.
Well, my brother-in-law's actually in the disability on the committee, I think, as well, because they take it really, really. It's really important to them with me nephew. So, just
Mike Byrne says Edsa should help.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good people out there. Like Blue Nose Amy on Twitter. She's absolutely fine. It's actually her job, Amy, as well. She goes round clubs all over Europe to make sure that their facilities are what they're supposed to be for fans to be as inclusive as possible. So, yeah, you get in touch with them and they'll give you all the information.
Yeah.
I will do. I've got their number now. I've now got my membership through, so I'll talk to them, which might make it easier for me to come up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice one, Ab.
Nice to speak to you again.
Okay,
all right.
Great, Ab.
Take care, Abby.
Bye now.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Oh, God. There you go.
Got to chat to Abby.
That's important, though, isn't it? It's important. We've got to make people feel like everyone wants to go to the match, and again, my missus is Everton's ambassador for her game too, and again, it's about you forget it's dead easy for us, isn't it, to go to the match? It's so easy for us to go to the match, white male, in our mid-30s, it's so easy for us to go to the game, and we never think about it. But for a lot of people, it's not that easy about getting the game, going the game, being around the game. What happens to them whilst they're in the game as well? People who take their kids, if a father takes his daughter to the game, all those things that we don't always think about. It's so complicated, and hopefully, and this is another reason why Goodison is like. Old, no, I don't want to say decrepit, but is very old-fashioned because it just doesn't have those facilities.
No.
It has the facilities if you just go on a match and you rock up and blah blah blah. But if you've got
any additional needs, it's not there,
is it?
Dick L says,
Go on.
How's Ned going to fight a seagull if he forgets to breathe? You lads are going to have to step in and rescue Ned. I think you're right, Dick. I think you're right.
But hang on.
And Kev Murphy says, so when's the Premier meet-up in Llandudno to see Ned getting filled in by a dog with wings? We joke about this a lot, but a lot of us are going to turn up and make a night of this.
Yeah.
There'll be April, May, when it's a bit warmer, we want to have a good day. You can look like that. That's when we're going.
No, today I was driving through St. Helens Town, and there was some seagulls, but they weren't flying, they were hovering around.
Yeah.
Isn't that flying?
And one just hovered right into my car.
Yeah.
And I almost hit it.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's something there now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a hatred.
They're starting to
They're starting to get onto it.
They're onto it. They're ready for you.
They're talking
I'd slam, not fully slam on, but like that. And when you go
Llandudno is, we can't wait. It's
drove past it.
People are ready. Emma wants to know if there's a coach trip, so we'll have
we could do a coach trip and get Dave Vitti to narrate it.
That would be good. See, I wonder if Dave's coaches. Could do it. All right, next. Interesting one. Ian Barron says, I haven't been to a Darlington game for over 2 years due to my long COVID symptoms. I dread going back when I'm well enough. We only get about 1,500 fans on an away games, on an average game as well. Yeah, going back in, it'll be different, won't it? Because you haven't been there, and then all of a sudden you're around.
Let's hope you can go back, though.
Yeah.
Let's hope you get well enough to go back.
Get over the long COVID, mate. Come on. Come on. I'm challenging you to get over it. No, good luck, Ian. Hopefully it won't be too much longer before you can get back and watch Darlington. The Blues is loving. The Blues is loving the coach trip to watch Ned fighting the Seagull. Don't forget, you threw the gauntlet down to the Seagulls, though.
Yeah. I just said I could easily scrap a Seagull.
You've done it again.
Talk.
You've literally said it again.
Talk.
If they want to scrap, then let's do it.
But okay, well, there you go. Let's do it. That's all we needed.
Pick a fight with a Seagull.
Celtic Vape says, did you breathe, Ned, before you slammed on the brakes?
I took a big gasp.
You took a big gasp.
But the thing about it, isn't it, though? You're not going, and you're not going to Llandudno to just find the first Seagull to punch its head in. What will happen is you will get chips. You will sit down.
And we'll see
what happens next.
Now, you said you had no fear. There was nothing. No one was taking anything from you. This is built up. This is built up. So
I think I'll be fine and safe.
Okay, but hey, listen. I hope you're that.
We all hope you are.
I'll enjoy my chips.
That's good.
But technically, you're not allowed to eat your chips.
No, he's got to eat some because
you've got to just sit there like that.
No, I want to see him.
Wave a sausage.
I want to see him eating
some. For context's sake, I will find a Seagull to beat up. But
for context's sake.
For content's sake.
Oh, for context's sake.
Isn't that just animal cruelty, though? If you find...
No, he's going to get his chips and he's going to sit there and eat them as natural as he can.
It's self-defence.
They'll know. The Seagulls will know it's a setup. If he sits there like that, here I am, they'll know. But if he sits there like this...
Yeah, but the thing about Seagulls and chips are... It's like crack.
No, I know, but we want it to be as natural as we can. Rich Bond says, can Bush pull some strings and get the trip on Channel 5?
Open top bus.
Hopefully. Basic Trig says, I hope Ned's got eyes in the back of his head. And the Blues says Ned's going to get humbled by a modern day pterodactyl.
Yeah, pretty much so.
I think
that's what the pterodactyls turned into, seagulls.
Exactly.
RC said, how are my knees?
How are they? Sure.
I don't know.
Are they sure?
Yeah, it's the right one is a little bit sore, but it's more my arm, actually. My arm's really hurting me.
Well, it will do, won't it? Because you might have cracked it or something.
Probably. I fell down a hill last night. If you go on my socials, you'll see. I did. I just fell down a hill running. I thought it was the path. It wasn't. It was a hill because it was pitch black, and I landed with a bump.
Can you reenact it?
No, because I can't quite visualize what happened. Do you know? Because it was
it a misstep?
It was a misstep because there was a drop about that big.
Oh, okay. So you've got no chance then, have you?
So
I really want to see it.
I've missed the step.
I really want to see
it. I've landed on my back, on my side, and my back. But the good news is I got up and run another 4K, and the fact that I know Ned couldn't run 4K, and I've done that and run another 4K, and was that's what gets me through. What gets me through.
Did you go, wow?
I was like,
more seagull talk. More seagull talk. Emma says, first step Llandudno Seagulls, next stop Russian Bears. Celtic Vape says, like a matador, Ned enticed the seagull into battle with a soggy chip. Aaron says, walk on the prom with your chips, Ned, I dare you. You get smashed by our seagulls in Llandudno. Aaron knows the Llandudno Massive, they're called. Peter says, Ned v Seagull, defo Misfits view and that.
But where would you run to?
In a straight line.
But you understand that one seagull will attract the next seagull. They'll all be like, mate! And they'll all be like, there in a second. And they'll be like, they're all after you for your chips.
I'm fine.
And
I know what I'm doing.
You know what you're doing. But you're running in a straight line. Surely you need to zigzag a seagull.
How'd you do that?
Well, you're running you zigzag.
Dummy.
A dummy. You're going to dummy a seagull. I can't wait. I'll be honest, I can't wait. This will be the content of the year. I cannot wait.
I think I'll be fine.
Ian Clark says, well, I'm shocked. Have you never heard of Jonathan Livingston Seagull? It's gonna be brilliant. It's gonna be brilliant. A nice day out. Could Gareth gets his holiday home. Could be a night out in Llandudno, warm, watching Ned battle a seagull.
Count me in.
You're in.
Maybe we could do it drunk. How funny would that be? Drunk and scrap with seagulls.
No, because that would give you an excuse.
Yeah.
That would
Apart
give
from being arrested.
No, and also,
No.
you'd fail. You know, you have to end of it. You have to do a mandatory drugs test.
We can't have you. We can't have you
Boxing
being
match.
drunk. It'd also give him a bit of courage, I think. I don't want that. We don't want to alter the conditions, do we?
We want you at your best.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
excuses.
You're gonna need to be. So we need you at your
The
best.
finest chips in all of the land. You there, and we'll see. We'll see who comes out on top.
How many pigeons do you reckon you could take in a fight?
I don't want to take any pigeons
No.
in a fight.
No, I'm just saying, if you got attacked by a group of pigeons.
Pigeons aren't seagulls.
Not exactly, but if you could take 100 pigeons, which I reckon anybody
100
could.
pigeons? Are you?
You could take 100 pigeons now.
100?
You've got
Then
massive.
you could easily take at least 10 seagulls at once.
I can't wait to see this, honestly.
What? How?
Ingy says the Toffee TV budget is obviously huge. Ed Sheeran on the set.
How
Nice.
do you think you would take 100 pigeons?
He just said he can take 10 seagulls.
They've got a, I feel like they've got a distinct advantage over you. The fact that they can fly.
Windmill. Let's go like that.
The,
And
Be-
it'll be
the
like-
Bell and Chris teach you this.
But they'd
No.
be on you. They'd be. I bet you touch one and go, "Eh."
Basic Trick says, I love how Ned thinks the seagull's just going to waddle up to him. Yeah.
What can they really do, though?
What's Ned's walkout
They're
song?
not eagles.
They're not eagles. Ian Barron says he's supposed to run backwards from a seagull. James says Ned versus seagull. Then once he's eaten the chips, run up the arm. Then it's a boggin. Richard Bond says doing it drunk. Oh, here comes the naked wrestling again. Ned had the landlord no juju. They come for the car. How much the tickets? Seagull Cam says Eugene.
I actually love London.
Danny says, have you never seen Home Alone 2, Ned?
Yeah, pigeons.
Pigeon lady in that.
Pigeon lady.
But that Marvin had a gun, and
But the pigeons got him though, didn't he?
Pigeons got him, didn't he?
yeah, but
Emma
also,
says he'll peck your eyes out, mate. 100 of them.
What do you mean he survived bricks?
like that film's nonsense.
Is he?
Yeah, it's
Are
all
you telling me
fiction.
that couldn't have happened in real life?
What I'm telling you is that they couldn't survive what they went through at Kevin's uncle's house in
Right.
New York.
Okay. But that was one. But it was wasn't it Marv with the pigeons?
Both of them got attacked by pigeons.
All right.
So the pigeons did attack them,
Yeah,
and there wasn't 100 of the pigeons.
probably more.
Paul Callow's throwing a challenge out. He says seagulls in the Isle of Man would destroy Ned and his chips. The Douglas Prom seagulls are absolute beasts.
I want to see.
We'll have an international.
International. Well, he's
seagull.
he's got to take on.
Tax dodging seagulls.
He's got to before he takes the tax dodging seagulls on. He's got to take on landlord no seagulls first.
Land no seagulls, not as like hard as Douglas seagulls.
Paul says Ned, even Mark and Harry couldn't deal with the 100 pigeons and the old lady.
Maybe the sticky bandits.
And Brian says, has Ned watched the Hitchcock film, The Birds? He really should.
Alfred Hitchcock, yeah, I've seen the birds.
Okay,
She's in that telephone booth and the birds attack her.
there you go.
It's interesting.
Ian says the hottest female wrestler ever,
Kelly.
Kelly.
That's an interesting thing.
There is.
To
I
just
just
throw
came
in the
in.
mix.
I was looking if someone else had put it, but don't know. Chris Byrne says we've established Ned is a Hufflepuff. He isn't fair and well against the seagull.
I'm actually a Slytherin on the game.
Nah, you don't.
That makes sense.
Beck, no, heard nothing about the hearing. Nothing at the moment.
On that game, you can choose whether you want to go down an evil path or a good path.
Oh yeah.
And you can, if you go down the evil path, you can do the forbidden spells like the Adavra Kedavra. Avada Kedavra. How good's that?
Abracadabra.
You can just kill other people.
Oh, and you enjoy that, do you?
It's just interesting, isn't it?
Is that interesting to kill people?
Well, it's a game.
Yeah, I don't know, but
That's how it starts.
That's the reason why you play games.
That's how it starts, though.
You play games so you can live out like stuff you can't.
Live out your fantasies.
So, like, yeah, you can be a cowboy.
David Reeves says, I work on the river. He's going to have an orking. They drop shells on the jetties to break them open. Watch your head, lad.
Ian Barron says whippy seagulls are the marines of seagulls. Oh, I've seen them.
I've seen some whippy last year. In fact, yeah.
They even have signs telling you what they do to you.
They have you off.
They basically just get you and rip you in half.
We had seagulls in high school.
Florida seagulls are bigger than turkeys, says Celtic Vape. And Daniel says the Isle of Douglas, crying faces.
I just want to get back to Ned living out his fantasies in Harry Potter by killing people.
Jason says put him in a kimono and a ponytail and he can become Ned Seagal in a fight scene against the seagulls. That's a good shout. Be like that.
Or Ned verse. Or put the seagull in a kimono and it could be Steven Seagal.
Well, I think that's what he was getting at.
He hasn't said that.
The ponytail, he has, because he said Ned Seagal, not Seagal. Ned Seagal. He done it.
No, I'm saying put the seagull in the...
No, but nobody's saying put him in a kimono.
No, he's done it the other way.
Well, Paul Temmie says we live in Brighton and had to be rehoused due to continuous seagull attacks. Ned, you're going on a bit.
I was getting attacked a lot in the summer by seagulls. It's not nice. They were coming after me in the summer. It's not
because they thought you were related to Ned. They did. Yeah. They knew.
They were sending a message.
They knew you knew something.
They were sending a message.
They aren't that big though.
You say that.
Just you wait. That's all I'm saying.
My car today was
listen.
big.
Listen.
That's a city seagull.
That's a city seagull. They're smaller. These fellas bounce over to these dart over to the Popsy Bakery, mate, in Conway. They sit by the Liverpool Arms looking for a straightener with anyone. Yeah. These are ready. You better be ready.
I'm ready.
That's all I'm saying.
I want to go with a T-shirt that says I'll offer you a straightener.
Okay.
Do you think they can read?
No, but they can sense danger, can't they?
So why would you put it on a T-shirt?
Just so people know.
So other people know?
Other people.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. We go to Llandudno and you walk around with a T-shirt on saying, I'm here, I'm ready for a straightener. And walking down Llandudno Prom, we might see maybe a Welsh equivalent to you, a big fella who just wants to have a scrap. And he goes, I'm not hitting anyone who's not up for it, but this fella's telling me I'm ready for a straightener.
Bum bag, wearing Crocs.
Yeah, ready to go.
And be
ready to go.
I'll say to him, listen, you're not a seagull.
But you wouldn't. You
what if
seagull straightener?
What if he identifies as a seagull?
Well, I said
a Steven Seagull.
I'll say, well, listen, Mr. Seagull, I'm not.
What if he identifies as a Mrs. Seagull?
I'll say, listen, Mrs. Seagull, I'm not here for a scrap.
What if he identifies as a baby seagull?
Well, then I'm not going to hit a baby, am I?
I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know.
So you draw the line of hitting baby seagulls, or people who identify as baby seagulls?
Not anything baby.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
Except for like
L4 know the score says seagulls robbed my donuts out of my hand while walking along the Llandudno promenade. This is the world renowned, these fellas. Or women, could be a woman.
Clark says city seagulls eat pigeons, seaside seagulls will eat Ned.
Yeah, well that's it.
True fact.
Chris Burns says in a game, a mass murdering Slytherin, but in reality a Hufflepuff who forgets to breathe. Ned to a T that.
It is fun though, that game.
Living out his fantasies.
Fair play. So Howard Kendall says, I think Ned is confused by gulls and seagulls. Seagulls are huge, isn't it?
But every game is made for you to play out. Like WWE 2K is so you can pretend to be a wrestler. Football Manager, you can pretend to be a manager. Red Dead Redemption 2, you can pretend to be a cowboy. Jet Wash Simulator, you can pretend that you can be arsed jet washing.
I could.
And Harry Potter, you can pretend to
be a mass murderer. Be a mass murderer, according to you.
Seagull Royal Rumble, says Ian Barron.
Yeah, I agree.
Hazy Hayes says Bugsy Seagull. James says Liverpool Arms had some real nice ales. Nice real ales last year. Good. Ned wouldn't hit a baby, but if it was in a game, it's a basic trick.
Absolutely.
Daniel Peters says St. Helens Seagulls are soft as shit. One Llandudno Seagull is like 10 of the St. Helens.
In games, we kill a lot of things we don't really want to kill, don't we? You have to kill dogs in games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Call of Duty.
You don't have to kill dogs.
Part of missions, like, you get attacked by dogs and...
Well, they're not really
stuff.
dogs, are they?
Yeah, but I understand that in a post-apocalyptic, I was going to say seagull world, zombie world.
I've nearly finished Red Dead. The last one.
There's a bit after the end, though.
No, I've just had to go with ducks, so now I'm in the next bit.
Last of Us 2, you have to snap a dog's neck.
But that's not Harry Potter, is it?
Harry Potter's all
Harry Potter. Think about it.
Potter.
Harry Potter.
If I had a wand and I could do Avada Kedavra, I would probably use that wand.
If you
they
could...
don't exist, so I'll do it in
So
the
you would
game.
murder people in real life if you had the
No,
wand?
I'd just use the wand to do other stuff.
Like what? Like what?
Make a cup of tea without getting up.
But that's just lazy.
If you had a wand...
That's what you'd use. So let me get this straight.
Oh,
if you had a wand that you could do anything, you would make a cup of tea so you didn't have to get up.
It's got to be ethical, though, hasn't it? You can do anything. I won't just I won't just do something mad. Like,
Would you do a spell so that you didn't have to remind yourself to breathe?
That would be good.
It's no, because it's not worth doing the spell.
Why? It's not. They're not wishes. You don't
I'll
get.
just remember
You
to
don't get
breathe.
3.
I'd use the spell for stuff that really benefit me.
Like what?
Apparently,
Like my
not getting
mug
up to
was
make
here
it.
now, and it was empty. I'd go, oh, I'm really thirsty. Avada Kedavra, like that, and just get myself
I love it.
Hello, everybody.
a drink.
Oh, buddy. Welcome to Spells
Welcome
with
to
Ned.
Spells.
Yeah.
Welcome to making a cup of tea without having to get up.
Cliff Richard.
Ah, you got an RV.
Bleeding helicopter above your house.
Apparently, allegedly.
No, there was.
When the seagulls are finished with Ned, the pigeons will pick up the crumbs, says Celtic Vape.
Absolutely. I honestly believe by the end of there'll be a seagull running around with that gilet on.
Yeah, we run around with them having a straightener and a gilet on. Basic Trig said they were wolves trying to kill you, Ned, not someone's dog.
No, on Last of Us 2, you do get trapped.
And Emma says, what the fuck? Ned kills dogs. I hope he forgets to breathe.
Don't, but we've all killed dogs in games.
We haven't.
I mean about games being unrealistic. We have. You've played Last of Us 2. You have to kill dogs in Last of Us 2 or you fail the mission.
Well,
Say that.
say that, yeah. Emma says just get him a tease, mate. Yeah. Check up. I mean, you are getting an insight into Ned.
Also, see, there'll be 2 seagulls who will have new houses. Your shoes.
Well, if it
Yeah.
can fit in my shoe as a house, it's not going to fit into my gilet, is it?
Well, we'll see, won't we?
Different seagulls.
Brian Garside says Ned should wear a bullseye t-shirt. And Jason Ferris says, I got mugged by 2 seagulls in Llandudno. One flew at me bacon butty as I moved it out the way. His mate snatched it out my hand. Seagulls are proper hardcore. Ned's going to get webbed.
Do you know how they get you?
If they sat around me while I'm eating...
No.
No, Ned, they'll swoop in.
Politely asked, I'd be like, here's a chip.
No,
You know,
they'll
but if
swoop
they
in,
came
mate.
Do you know
down-
how they get you? No, like in Jurassic Park, the first one, where he's hunting, and he goes,
Velociraptor.
clever girl, and they come at him from the side when he's been watching. That's what the seagulls are like. You'll be concentrating on this one seagull, and you don't see the
That's
two,
my
the
problem
two
with
that
them.
come from the side.
They're so rude. My dog...
Is that why you want to knock one out?
My dogs never snatch food off me. They just stand and wait politely for me to give. They don't bark at me.
One of your dogs can't see, though, can he?
You can smell me food. Though.
Okay.
He'll stand in front of me and he'll politely wait for me to feed him.
Right.
And if I don't give anything, he'll go, oh well, another day. And walk
Sounds a
on.
bit lazy, like you.
But if somebody just comes and tries to snatch food off me, I'd be like, what you doing? Imagine if you're eating your sammic or your banana or your crisps over there. And I come up to you and I just go like that, and you'd be like, Ned, what the frig? You'd be like,
But you're not a seagull.
What you doing?
You're not.
Let me get this straight.
Why is it all right for seagulls
You
to do
are-
it then?
So you're going to come over and snatch food out of my hand in the studio when I'm just eating my dinner.
I might need it more than them.
Okay. Listen, as long as it's out there, as long as we all know.
As long as the rules are agreed on beforehand, and we all know where we are, then it's a goer.
Open season.
It's open seagull.
It is open seagull or open net.
I'm not going picking a fight with any seagull.
No one's asking.
No one's asking you to. The challenge was, and you accepted it months ago, and we're just like all bravado about it. Seagulls, knobheads. Well, I like seagulls, knobheads.
Yeah, I could easily just finish up.
Right.
later.
Your challenge was sit on Llandudno Pier and eat your chips. And you were like, all day. I'll just, if it comes near me, even done the arm, didn't he? I'll bang it out.
You, nothing will happen.
That's the challenge. That is the challenge.
Celtic Vape says, and it's a big if, Ned overcomes the might of the Seagull Massive, will you let him loose on little Dickie Masters?
Yeah, hang on. This is the thing. I'm putting my potential life in danger.
Your potential life?
I'm potentially putting my important life in danger.
That's better, yeah.
What if I pass this challenge, what do I win? Apart from
the chips?
Respect and the chips. And respect.
Is that it?
Chips.
Respect is big.
No.
You be a man of your word.
I don't need respect.
If you haven't got your word, you haven't got anything.
I don't need respect.
Clearly.
I don't respect enough other people enough to... I want them to respect me. I couldn't give a toss. I'd rather have some...
I'd wish you'd respect the English language and say sentences properly.
Voucher or something.
Samuel says, where did you find Ned? Hilarious character. And Emma says, he's upgraded from hitting kids to hitting birds.
I actually found them 4 years ago.
Found what?
Yeah.
Found what?
Toffee TV. I started it 4 years ago.
Oh, where did you find Ned? I think, and I'll be honest, that day when you come in and went, I can fix that noise, I didn't think 4 years later we'd be sat here getting ready for you to go and take on the Seagull Massive in Llandudno.
To be honest, Per only said I can come in for 6 months at the time.
You're still here, you know. Danny says, who needs more than chips and respect? See, I don't know whether you can get more than that. Chips and respect.
Casino chips.
In one afternoon.
Casino chips? What are you on about?
Look at his face, look. He says some things and then he thinks, what have I just said?
Do you know actually where I used to go all the time and they've got seagulls and like chips and that? New Brighton.
Fair play, but they're not the same.
Seagulls, chips, and that.
It must be New Brighton.
But didn't they have chips and seagulls in Blackpool there on Friday?
I didn't see any.
No.
I saw some chips.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see any seagulls.
No seagulls, no.
3 bevies though.
3 bevies. There you go. Right, we're done. There's been enough Seagull Llandudno and Steven Seagal chat to last a lifetime. Hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget.
Go and download the SofaScore app.
It's free.
It is free.
And it's good as well.
And it's good.
Yeah. And the QR code's there. Yeah. So go
even if you're not into like all the stats and stuff, it's a good like little footy app for like the scores, stuff like that. Like you could find out right now that Nigeria just scored against South Africa in the semi-finals of the AFCON.
Look at that.
There you go. You could go and find out the stats of the goal if you wanted to. It really helps us out on the channel. You know, we know everyone can't sign up to Toffee TV Premier. We know everyone can't buy some merchandise. I mean, it'd be good if you could.
And you can subscribe to Toffee TV. And
but if you want to do something which is absolutely free, just don't download the. Once you've downloaded it, do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Not for us to say what you should do. Not for us to say what
you do with it once you've downloaded it. But download it and it helps the channel, basically.
Right. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye.